Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. I would like to once again introduce myself. I am Maria Cristina M. Ramos, a professor from the College of Computer Studies at Lyceum of the Philippines University, Batangas. So I am here today to present my study. This is a feasibility study on offering Bachelor of Science in Computer Science with specialized tracks in a private higher educational institution. Okay, for the introduction, now institutions of higher learning are the primary sources of manpower, technology, and knowledge of any nation in its pursuit to achieve the desired level of intellect and development among its people. Assessing the needs of the present times is vital to understand and meet the demands of the future. As the field of computing continues to grow and diversify, and new computing-related disciplines emerge, existing curriculum programs must be updated regularly, and new computing disciplines should be drafted. Lyceum of the Philippines University Batangas, LPUB, specifically its College of Computer Studies, currently offers the Bachelor of Science in Computer Science program. This is a rapidly evolving field that needs to continuously keep to date with the changing requirements and demands of the cyber industry. This research investigated the feasibility of offering specialized tracks under the BSCS program, that is Mobile Application Development and Game Development. The objectives of the study were to determine the respondents' profile and inclination to enroll BS Computer Science with specialized tracks. Second objective is to assess the readiness of the College of Computer Studies to offer the specialized tracks in terms of human resources, equipment, and facilities. And lastly, to validate the need to offer specialized tracks under the BS Computer Science program. The methods included research design. There are the respondents, instrument and data gathering procedure, data analysis, and statistical treatment of data. The study used the descriptive method, which utilized a questionnaire. The descriptive method was used since it is the intention of the study to describe analytically an existing situation regarding the operation and the present state of LPU Batangas as basis for the preparation of a plan to offer mobile application development and game development as specialized tracks under the BS Computer Science program. So data through the questionnaire method was gathered from 82 junior and high school students of LPU Batangas. Statistical tools such as frequency count and percentage technique were also used to tabulate, rank, and interpret the results. During the preparation of the questionnaire, the researcher considered related reading material such as books, magazines, journals, theses, and browsed the internet for the formulation of questions. In the validation of the questionnaire, the first draft was validated by our research director and the statistician of LPU Batangas, the purpose of which is to determine the clarity and understanding of the questions and determine which item or items need to be modified or deleted. Items which are vague or needed improvement were revised. Afterwards, the questionnaire was reproduced for distribution. During administration of the questionnaire, the researcher personally distributed to the target respondents and retrieved a few days later. Data were then tabularized, analyzed, and interpreted. For the data analysis, since the study aimed to determine the feasibility in offering specialized tracks under the BS Computer Science program, a need for documentary analysis is considered. The important documents which were subjected to analysis are the papers pertinent to the mission and goals of the university, academic programs, faculty, equipment, and facilities of the university. The results of analysis from the data gathered were also carefully considered. In the statistical treatment of data, data were classified, tabulated, and ranked for analysis. Statistical tools were used in the interpretation of data that were acquired from the survey. Percentage was used to analyze the input of the respondents with respect to the selected variables. Ethical consideration was also emphasized. So informed consent was the major ethical issue during the conduct of the tracer study. No pressure or intimidation whatsoever to answer the questionnaire was imparted to the respondents. Full consent was obtained from the participants prior to the study. The protection of the privacy of research participants was ensured. And then what I have here is a sample of the questionnaire that was used. So as you can see, the initial part showed options for the profile of the respondents, and then to measure the awareness of the BS Computer Science program, specifically its specialized tracks, mobile application development, and game development. The second part of the questionnaire asked the respondents to rank items from highest to lowest. The items pertain to school environment, quality of student life, school image, quality of education, and other factors to consider when enrolling in the college. So actually the research was composed of several tables. I have included here only two. Well, anyway, it will be mentioned, the results will be mentioned at the next part, okay? So this table, as just a sample, but this has been included in the research also. This is a table that indicates that students prioritize a safe and secured environment rather than state-of-the-art facilities, which rank third. So this goes to show that students notice and put emphasis on the faculty members and the employees on how they treat them or how they communicate with them. Okay, so for a sample of the next table, this pertains to quality education. So as it shows, students prefer the outcomes-based education where teacher-student participation is very evident. Students also prefer a high student academic performance towards the computer science degree, since the computer science degree requires analytical and logical thinking, especially in dealing with mathematics and computer programming. For the conclusion part, I actually have three conclusions. This is the first one. The study determined the respondents' profile and inclination to enroll BS Computer Science. It also indicated that 89% of the participants belong to the age range 17 to 21 years old, enrolled under senior high school with a technical vocational livelihood track. So the TVL track includes the ICT. Okay, so that's for the track relating to enrollment to a computer science degree, a computer science program. So 36.6% of the respondents fall under the income bracket 21,000 to 50,000 a month. 57 students, that's 69.5%, are more likely to enroll in LPU Batangas for college, with 41 students to enroll in information technology. Actually, the college is offering two programs. That's one is computer science and the other is information technology. Now, results of the study also show that 74.4% of the respondents are aware of specialization tracks and 40.20% are considering enrolling under the computer science program. For the second conclusion, the study determined various school factors that influences the student's choice of college or university to enroll to. It showed that students prefer a safe and secured environment rather than a competitive one. Students want a vibrant student life and well-balanced academic and co-curricular experience. Students also value internalization and global competitiveness, especially towards education. Students also prefer the outcomes-based education, and the choice of degree program to enroll to is still based on personal interest and inclination of the student. For the third conclusion, the study validated the need to offer specialized tracks under the BS Computer Science program. Due to various developments in the computing field, the need to offer specialization tracks under the computer science program is a must. Most of the students/respondents enrolled in the TVL track are aware of such developments and prefer to enroll either in mobile application or game development. Students are very active in social networking, the use of mobile apps, and playing computer games. Enrolling in programs dealing with such means evolving with computing developments. And for the recommendations, the study recommends for the BS Computer Science program in LPU Batangas to offer the specialization tracks mobile application development and game development. The study also encourages the university to investigate various factors considered by enrollees in deciding what college or university to enroll to. And lastly, extensive dissemination of information regarding specialization tracks and other university qualifications may be done to orient all prospective enrollees, not only those in the technical vocational livelihood track. Okay. So it was a pleasure and a privilege to have presented my research to all of you. So thank you very much. Mabuhay.
All right, thank you very much, Professor, okay, for your very insightful talk regarding the feasibility of the the students, right, in Bachelor of Science. So the floor is time for Q&A session. We still have around 5 minutes, okay, to discuss together here. Any question here, you can raise the question, or you can just speak out on your microphone if you like, or you can just leave the messages on the chat box if you like. We still have 5 minutes. Any question here regarding the feasibility here? So we are discussing about how to use mobile application, right? Also game development. If you are interested in technology, in education, you can raise some question here. Any question? So, or you can just write down your question on our chat box if you like. Any question? All right then. Okay. So if nobody is asking, all right, let me ask you the question. Okay, Professor. Let me ask you one question here. Okay. My question is, with the availability of self-learnable applications, like in cell phone, right? How to use cell phone. How can you assure that the students can employ or will be able to employ ability after they graduate?
Okay, so when actually the results of the study have been communicated to the management, and right now we're offering the specialized tracks. So we have 3 now that includes mobile application and game development, and 1 is data science. So going back to your question, especially now that we have the online classes with the advent of the pandemic and all, so we have used various tools provided by university, and then of course we have attended several trainings, very many okay, so trainings that would enable us to impart to our students that new techniques and new tools for learning how to create mobile applications and games. So it's, although there are in the internet, we have plenty of tools. Let's say also we have free access to them. It's really a different matter that you are able to discuss to the students that the various techniques, principles, and concepts aligned with mobile application and game development. So it's not enough that they have access to such some tools on the internet. There should be somebody as they're in the act of teaching them the principles and then the techniques. And so it's really different na, it's really different when you have a degree, when you have acquired a degree, let's say a 4-year degree from a university. So it speaks a lot when you apply for a job, when you apply for employment. Okay, that's it. Thank you.
All right then. All right. Thank you very much, Professor. So regarding to your answer here, let me just ask you one more question. Right?
Okay.
So is the job market, I don't know, maybe in the Philippines, ready for these graduates?
Yes. Okay. Actually, in the Philippines, since it was very evident since the advent of COVID-19, because almost every process is being done online. So since I have included this in my study since most of the people are staying in their homes or working from their homes. So I guess we're ready for such technology for a very, very long time already. So it just became very evident when we had this the quarantine periods where everyone is supposed to stay at home. So very evident the need for mobile applications and also for the more adventurous ones for games, mobile games.
All
So
right.
I guess we're very ready for a very long time already.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay. So the floor, would you like to ask any more question? Any question? Or you can leave the messages on the chat box if you like then, okay? Thank you very much, Professor. And
Thank
again,
you.
congratulations on your success on the presentation today here. Okay, greeting from Bangkok,
Thank
Thailand. Anyway, here. All right. Okay. Thank you very much.
Aj-
Okay.
Ajan,
Yes, yes, sir. Yes.
I can ask. Can I ask question?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Okay. So it's very relevant. That's why I ask some question. Keep on asking question. You are talking about the feasibility. Okay. So I have one question for you. Feasibility is not a problem, but accessibility. For example, you are talking about the free internet. You are providing the free services, but back to their home, how do they have this system? Because internet data package is one of the biggest challenge all over the world, if I'm not wrong. So you have the feasibility, but if it is not accessibility, so this is a question. So what about in your country? So data package, because when you talk about the technology, it is full of data package. So for example, if you have a feasibility, but if it is not accessibility, so it's no use. So how do you do this in your country? Because this is one of the biggest challenge in my country. That's why I'm asking.
Okay, thank you, sir. Actually, the study was conducted several years ago prior to the pandemic. So it measured the capacity of the school with regards to facilities and other matters with regards to the offering of mobile application and game development. So nowadays, it is being implemented in the school. Actually, we're offering the two specializations. So at the advent of the COVID-19 and the current quarantine period, so we were forced to harness other tools in order to impart learning to our students, especially these tools for mobile application and game development. So far, it's all going well. So we have the learning management system in our school where we can incorporate everything that we need, the tools for teaching them. And then, of course, we have emulators, simulators that they are able to use. It's as if they're still in the computer laboratory of our university. So far, although there are pros and cons with regards to the current setup today, we just have to make do and to hope that in the near future, our students will be able to go back to our universities and will do face-to-face sessions, which I think is the most effective. Thank you, sir.
All right, so time is up here for this presentation. Thank you very much, Professor. All right, and
Thank
welcome to
you.
Thailand. I mean, after COVID-19 is over anyway. All right.
Yeah.